So Bournemouth are playing Man City on Monday. So I can just go to, soccer stats and see what the data tells us. So I'm looking at overs and unders for goals. So Bournemouth have overs 58% of the time. Man City have overs away 83% of the time. So I'd be thinking that it's going to be overs. So popping over to BetDax. What are the odds? And basically, the market's saying that the probability of 3 or more goals is around about 70%. So there's not much value there, But it's not an unreasonable price. But then I thought, does that make sense? I mean, it's appealing, to kind of be, you see, I'm doing all this maths and data and doing my research, and that lets me predict the future. That lets me see what's going on. Essentially, if it's Swansea at home, the game seemed to involve loads of goals. So if that seems to happen week in, week out, basically if that would suggest either that Swansea have a really good attack, so that's why we're getting lots of goals, or they have problems in defence, or both. So that flags that games involving this team seem to involve many goals. But is it predictive? So I was just looking at the football data. When I produced this, which is the kind of thing that you can do in R. I don't know whether I'm cutting off the top. But anyway, what we have here is a plot. On the x-axis, so each dot is a game. And in each game, there are two teams. The home team and the away team. So what I've plotted is the rate, the percentage of times that both the home team and the away team have overs. So if I'm talking about Bournemouth versus Man City, which isn't actually one of these dots, but I would just go, the dot would be A overs, would be, well, I looked up Man City have 83%, since Man City are the away team. A stands for away, H for home. So it'd be 83%. And what was Bournemouth at home? Say 50 something. Bournemouth at home, 58. So it would be a dot around about here. But you can also specify the colour, which is one of the nice things with R. So basically, if the game had 3 or more goals, then it's a light blue dot. If it had less than 3 goals, then it was a dark blue dot. So with that, I can go, okay, if, say, both teams are very high scoring, so both the home team and the away team, so I want to go, yeah, both the home team and the away team have overs more than 75% of the time. So all the dots in this top right corner would involve teams where both the home and the away team had overs more than 75% of the time. And if we just count, we can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4 light blue dots in this top right corner and 1 dark blue. So basically, in the 5 games where both the away team and the home team get overs more than 75% of the time, 4 out of those 5 matches were overs, and only 1 wasn't. So that's encouraging, because that suggests that if I do just pick out teams who score lots of goals, they seem to result in games with lots of goals. Of course, we'd have to do far more checks. So I'll look at the bottom left corner. So say I look at all the games where both the home and away team have very low overs rates. So the bottom left corner. Well, here we actually have only 2 dots and both are overs. So that's interesting. I mean, that means if I do have games where, both teams tend to have very low scoring games, I would have thought the odds would be priced expecting a low scoring game. But from this I can see that wasn't the case. Probably both teams, it would be like a 6-pointer. So it would be a big slugfest, or they'd both try and grab the 3 points. But from this kind of plot, we can basically just look to see whether there are patterns. I would have liked, the anything above 50% for both teams to be more likely to lead to a game where we have 3 or more goals. So we can count those. I'll just do a quick, it won't be 100% accurate, but we should be able to get an we should be able to get the sense of the trend. So I'm looking at matches where the away team has 3 or more goals more than 50% of the time, and the home team. So we should have games like that pretty much every weekend. I mean, that's not a very rare type of game. So for those games, remember the light blue is overs. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, losing my concentration. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17? It might be 16, but it's roughly 17 anyway. And the dark blue dots were unders. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that seems to be saying that if both teams have overs which are over 50%, then I will get overs twice as often as I'll get unders. So by picking games where both the home team and the away team get overs more than half the time, I'd be looking to back that. And the Man City Bournemouth match is one of those games. The odds were at 1.55. So, well, if I win that twice, I'll make a profit of say 1.1, and then if I lose once, I'll make a loss of 1. So in the long run, actually, I should be making money. I mean, I think 1.55 is, there's a tiny bit of value there. So, and we can read this, we can ask all kind of questions and see what the data tells us. And that is one of the really powerful tools that we have with or pretty much any, if you were using Python or other plotting things, we'd have the ability to essentially not only have coordinates for the plot, so each dot represents a match. The X and Y coordinate are set by how often the home and the away team have overs, but we're also able to set the color. In fact, we can also set the size of the dot. So, there are multiple features that we have control over. It's a balancing act, cramming as many things as we can into a plot, won't help with clarity. Here I was just doing a quick look. So it is unfortunately quite a sloppy plot. I should, you can kind of say the legend. I think I have to set the thing to factor in R, and then because there is actually there's only 2 colors, so I should just have light blue is 1, dark blue is 0. Or I might even change the key so that light blue is over, dark blue is under. I don't have a title that would also help. So, this is not the best of plots, but it was just a last minute thing where I was just curious to see what this would tell us. So the match is on Monday. I think Man City are going to win. So there's opportunity to bet on Man City to win and 3 or more goals. I'd even say Man City will win by more than a goal. So there are multiple opportunities there.